Okay, looks like he's from southbound 405. Southbound 405.
That's not Eliana. That's not Eliana.
All right. News trap reports over this pursuit that started about half an hour ago in Van Nuys. This is a stolen.
Hold on, that's not Eliana.
Ford. Two individuals in the car right here.
I'm just gonna have to say Eliana in the tweet.
Tried to pull it over and off they went. We understand that there may have been an assault involved as
Silver
well.
Dodge Charger.
Usually that happens when these guys try to run from the cops, and there's usually some sort of accident. We understand there was an accident. This car collided with
Okay,
another vehicle.
100 plus miles an hour. We're doing 122 down on the 405 northbound right now, guys.
They continued on. Now we don't know the
I think it's a stolen vehicle. Has been in an accident. It's hit other vehicles already.
Newhall Road, and then turned around, came back 14 south.
I'm gonna lay out for a second just to. We're gonna switch to ABC here in a moment. Stand by. Actually, I'm gonna go to Desmond Shaw and KCal. I've got KCal up as well as ABC.
Two males is what they're saying.
Two males in the vehicle.
They tried to get the CHP.
Here we go. I'm gonna make the switch right now.
But they had a little bit of difficulty communicating.
Hopefully we'll see those CHP officers kind of get in place.
Stand by, people.
I'm surprised that LB backed out.
Okay. Now we're live with Desmond Shaw and Mike Rogers and KCal. We got better camera here. If there's no Eliana in the sky, we don't want any part of it. Sorry. No
It just
offense.
sounds like they ran a plate, it came back stolen, tried to stop the guy, and it didn't work. So it doesn't surprise me that with the high speeds and it being on the freeway that LAPD backed out. But hopefully CHP officers are getting in place now.
Yeah, you know, Mike, when Desmond mentioned that this is a Honda Accord, I quickly remembered and I looked to confirm it here.
And that's a Dodge Charger.
10 years, the Honda Accord is the most stolen car of the past decade.
No, it's Dodge
So
Charger.
we're looking at it right here, and despite it being an economy car, a fuel-efficient car, and as Desmond was saying, not one for high speeds.
100 plus
or-
miles an
or
hour.
quick movements. We're seeing it here, and we did see at least one crash, right? They crashed into one car, two cars?
We heard at the 405 in Roscoe several cars,
Several cars.
actually. But, you know, the interesting thing is the damage doesn't totally support that, so it makes me wonder how severe the crashes were. But even when Des pointed out that he got really close to that BMW, maybe swapped a little paint there. So
We missed a chase on Monday, by the way. There was a two-wheel Dodge Charger out there. It was about a 10 to 15 minute chase. Maybe we'll watch it after. But here's a couple of replays for you guys just joining us.
You know what LAPD or what CHP rather is going to do. There's that video replaying on your right hand side of the screen. Really close call there.
That was a very close call. If you're joining us here, Desmond, go ahead.
Yeah, we're just getting off the freeway here at Nordhoff, so coming down into the North Hills and Northridge area.
Yeah.
So making a right turn here down onto
Okay, side
Nordhoff
streets.
Street, headed towards Cal State Northridge, my alma
Oh.
mater. So now we're getting the best look we've had at this.
Got a family
vehicle
member
with
that
the
went to Cal State
adult kids.
Northridge.
This is an older Honda Accord,
Nope.
by the way. This looks
That's
to be like
the most obvious Dodge
90s,
Charger in the
maybe
world,
2000s,
Desmond. You know better.
Version right here. So, this is now, look, we're going freeway speeds on surface streets. This is where it really gets nerve-wracking. It's one thing to be going 70, 80, 90.
80 miles an hour on side streets. Look at that night sun blasting on top of him.
Streets, out here.
Stolen car suspect has been in an accident already.
Just pulling out the intersection, not expecting
High rates of speed here on a
70
very
miles an
busy
hour
Nordhoff
here.
Street.
That is when this gets especially nerve-wracking. So we'll see where the suspect is headed, blasting right through the intersection.
Oh, through the intersection there, and lucky that was a green light.
Very desperate driving.
Definitely being spooked by the night sun. I can't see any red and blues
The CHP
reflection.
just said that they were backing out of this. Did you hear that on the radio?
You usually can see the red and blues lighting up the back of the car there if they're outside the frame. You see the reflection in the back window, but I don't see much. Now the night sun is off, so maybe they're backing up a little bit. Night sun back on now. This is insane rates of speed. 90 miles an hour on side streets through an intersection.
Kind of rule. If they're not in it already and it's not on the freeway, they generally don't like to get involved. And now we're moving westbound, right, Des? So we are not coming back towards a freeway for a while.
That's right. Yeah. In fact, this won't lead us to any other freeways unless he decides to turn north towards the 118 or south towards the 405. This is just going to go clear across the San Fernando Valley towards Chatsworth. And another factor here with the age of this car, just cars from the late 90s, early 2000s don't have the same kind of safety features that modern cars.
It's going to be a long night, folks. Law investigation is going to take, those usually take 6 hours. And this one's going to be a long one. This one could take 6 to 7 hours.
And the suspect hits them. It's going to end very badly for this driver.
Oh, God. U-turn,
Suddenly
U-turn,
turning
U-turn.
back around, flipping a U-turn here right in the middle of the intersection near Aldi as we were getting closer.
Yeah, not a great feeling about
to
this
Cal
one.
State
We don't want to see
Northridge,
any T-bones.
kind of in the Sherwood Forest neighborhood now of Northridge.
This guy might have the basketball in
Now we
Milwaukee.
are headed back to the freeway. So just as I said that, now suddenly we are headed back towards the 405. So what is the strategy here? I don't know if he didn't like what he saw up ahead or what. There's no heavy traffic or anything out here. They just decided to flip around here. And, you know, we do have two people in the car, so you really wonder what kind of conversation is going on in there. Is the other person involved? Are they even privy to any of this? Were they just out with this person? This was their friend, and all of a sudden they got lit up, and this guy's running from the cops? It's impossible to say. Or are they complicit in all of this? But again, 50, 60, 70 miles an hour here on Nordhoff. Back towards the
Green light,
405. We'll see
lucky.
what their next move is.
Yeah, and weaving in and out of traffic. And even though, Mike, the CHP pulled away, we still see that Night Sun. Who does that airship belong to then?
That is still the LAPD's helicopter. They are still the ones that are lighting this up. And as we're coming back towards the freeway, if he gets back on the freeway, we've got a better chance of CHP getting involved. And it's interesting, while I'm actually listening to what is starting to be
Oh,
a second
God, someone was
pursuit
pulling out
down in the
right
South
there.
LA area. So CHP is also being asked by the Sheriff's Department to take over a pursuit down there. Obviously, these are different offices, different officers.
We know the CHP likes to own chases, so get other jurisdictions away if you want. If you're calling in the CHP, that looks like a red light that we're going through, and it was. You can tell because he pumped the brakes a little bit before he. A little cautious going through. Thankfully, still 50 now, 60 plus miles an hour here. Northridge area. You got people in Northridge, North Hills. Tell them stay inside to get off the streets. There is an absolute psycho. That's a solid red light. We just did 80 miles an hour through. I do not like tracking mode in this situation. The Night Sun will suffice. The Night Sun will show people at intersections and coming on the other side of the road that there is a dangerous suspect on the loose here,
Very strange right-hand turn there, Desmond.
and maybe give some sort of warning if there's no ground units in pursuit.
It was pretty close, and again, that's just what happens when you drive a car like this that isn't meant for this. The tire is very important too. I can't imagine that this tire is equipped, or that this car is equipped with sport tires. Usually you have economy or all-season tires on an economy car, so that's another important factor here. But a couple of times now where the suspect has nearly lost control, and just as we were about to hit the 405, they decided to go southbound on Haskell, the last major street just to the west there that parallels the 405. So on the border of Northridge and North Hills.
I don't know any details about the other pursuit right now. This is the one that they're on. Unless there's media on top of a separate pursuit, we can't go double box. We're going to stick with Desmond Shaw here. All the choppers are over this one. NBC, ABC, KCAL. So unless KTLA goes to the, or Fox goes to the other chase, we're tied up with this one.
Maybe there was a change in protocol, or if they're just so worried about losing this car because they are driving so fast. But then you have
That's
to
a
wonder
wide
if
turn,
the
two-lane
spotlight
turn
is
right there.
also, has any factor in this panic driving as well. So now we're out on Roscoe, another major street here, not too far away from Van Nuys Airport, but now we are headed back west again towards Northridge.
And what's interesting, Mike, no real pattern here, right? We've seen him on the 14, the 5, the 405, surface streets. Now he's in North Hills, still on surface streets, right?
Yeah, and that's what CHP is talking about. CHP is well aware of where this guy is, but not.
Did you guys see him bottom out right there? That's some heavy torque on those tires and axles. That's a good way to start losing the rubber. Now he turned his lights off.
It is LAPD's policy that if they are in tracking mode, the Night Sun is to come off. So this is.
He turned the lights off, right?
Yeah.
Turn the lights off. You better keep the Night Sun on because no one will be able to see this maniac going 70 plus miles an hour down this street. If they're in tracking mode, as you heard Mike Rogers just say, you're supposed to not blast the Night Sun. But sometimes special chases call for special circumstances. This certainly feels like one of them, as if you're doing 80 miles an hour on the side streets, going through solid red lights, that is instant death for somebody.
Yeah. And again, look, another very close swipe there with that car that he just passed on after this right-hand turn. Again, really no pattern here. We've got the driver, two people inside a car here. We believe.
Yeah, we got merch, top left corner, birdsintheair.com. We had to take too many people were buying the Pursuit Tree Christmas sweaters, and they're not going to be able to be delivered before Christmas, so we took them down tonight. So no more Christmas sweaters until after Christmas, because then people are going to be disappointed that they didn't get it before. So we'll put them back up after Christmas.
What we call the following, where they get 3 or 4 units kind of all together, get the helicopter overhead before they even try to pull the car over as we go into the freeway here.
Yeah, there it is.
And then when they did try to pull him over, that's when he took off, and then that's when the pursuit was initiated. And then, of course, we went northbound 405, northbound 5, northbound 14,
Right.
and then flipped back around. And then as we were coming back south on the 5 and the 405 is when LAPD canceled their involvement.
Red light coming up
trying
here.
to get CHP to take
Oh,
over.
God, that is way wrong side of the
CHP
road.
doesn't want it until it gets back on the freeway.
So are they
Gonna get a
still
Darlington
following
stripe here in a
the
second. He
ship,
keeps driving like this. That median was right there.
This car's
I
following as well.
don't believe there are patrol cars behind it. Des, I don't know if you can see that from your vantage
70,
point.
70, 70.
No, I'll just white out a little bit.
Oh,
when we
this
have
is such a
chance
busy
here.
street.
And no, there you see the very diligent LAPD airship.
Yeah, that's
because they're
LAPD,
the
guys.
only
You can
ones
tell
keeping
black and
tabs
white.
on this. No one
Blue and white
around,
is your sheriff's department.
anywhere
Excuse me,
within,
is CHP.
whoa, whoa.
And yellow and green is sheriff's department. Is that a Denny's?
Gas station.
That better not be a Denny's.
Station if he's just trying to avoid the light
Okay.
there,
Yeah.
but,
Ah!
boy, turning
Oh, God.
into-
Wrong side of the road. Wrong side of the road. Wrong side of the road.
That's what I was
All
talking
right.
about. You got
Night
this,
Sun's still
you know,
on top.
Old Honda Accord right up against an SUV there that could have got.
You're not going to send units in.
fast. So
You
now
might as well
we're
turn the
gonna
night sun off.
go east of the 405.
If you're not going to have
getting
units
into
here, pick
Panorama
one or the
City.
other, right?
So this will take us over towards the 170 if they're headed for another freeway. But definitely doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason. I mean, we're going westbound, then just flipped around and going eastbound, and then north and south. Now we're back east. This is the second time we're out on Roscoe. So always wondering what's going on. If
No,
they
we're
have
still
two
3
people
stars
in
at the
there,
moment.
If they're trying
Nope.
to put their heads together to formulate some kind of a plan or what. It's not clear, but they are hitting a little bit of heavier traffic here. And I can tell you firsthand that the lights here on Roscoe, when you drive on, are they?
Behind the
still-
No,
they're still
Desmond,
out
he's gonna
here.
pop out in front of the apartment building.
Here. Yep, here we go.
There he is.
So southbound on Willis.
Too many
Avenue,
pursuit trees. We got pursuit
back
trees.
towards Parthenia. And just now we're getting into a neighborhood. I think this is the first time we've been into a residential neighborhood. So let's see if this is the idea. If they think that they can ditch the helicopter at some point. I mean, if they get out and run, there's no units here to stop and pull anybody over. I mean, there may be some nearby that we haven't seen. But we've also got the headlights back off again. Very dangerous at 45 miles an hour on some narrow residential streets.
And no ground units either. No chance for spike strips, right? Because this would be a great opportunity if they're staying on surface streets to use spike
Lights are
strips.
off.
If
When the
there
lights
are
go
no
off,
ground
people,
units
that
in
means
pursuit,
they're thinking
Spikes are
about
up hit. I mean,
ditching the
it's low
car.
speeds.
Or
And
both.
Lights are
Des,
off.
we also
They're
lost the
looking
light
for a
in the
place to
LAPD
dump
ship,
it
right?
in
I don't see that on
foot
anymore.
bail.
No, yeah.
It
looks
usually
like
suggests that type of activity.
So we'll see here if they're going to keep it off, maybe to try to get this person to cool off a little bit, and then, but just kind of, linger in the area. And then if they do get out and run, then they can, light it back up. So let's see now as we get out onto Van Nuys Boulevard. Still pretty busy this time of the evening. Coming down, Van Nuys Boulevard and
Whoa! Oh!
That person off right
Almost
there.
got into an accident right there. A hard left turn across the double
Absolutely no
median.
reason. I mean, what was the point
He had
of
no
this?
clue where he is.
Now,
He's just driving aimlessly, recklessly.
there was
No more
absolutely
night sun, and
motivation
it's
for
not
this.
helping.
It's just the really erratic driving.
Big time viewer discretion advised on this one because night in tracking mode is not making this guy slow down. We're pushing 70 in the middle of a crowded road on Van Nuys Boulevard in Panorama City up here in the
You
valley.
can see there in that brief moment as we come back up to Van Nuys and Roscoe.
Ooh, pedestrian.
Pedestrian there.
Pedestrian in the sidewalk.
Who had,
Now
no clue
what?
of anything that was going on.
Solid red
So,
light. Made a right-hand turn, Desmond.
We just made
Good.
a turn here onto Chase. Yep. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah,
Lennox
the
Avenue.
no
Okay,
lights is so dangerous.
off of- I'm sorry,
Someone that's
Roscoe.
pulling into traffic, that's oh my God, he's so lucky. That was red. That was red turning green. Oh, and he was not stopping for that one. He doesn't have his lights on, so anyone that's coming perpendicular in an intersection is just going to get destroyed.
10 o'clock, and we are in the middle of watching this stolen car pursuit that began, I believe, in the Van Nuys area.
Green light there,
on several
80 miles an hour
freeways,
now.
and now
You don't
in
really
a
get the appreciation for how fast this is going because the camera work is so good. Keeping the camera steady, it just kind of looks like he's coasting, but he is most certainly not.
Crashed into multiple cars.
Dingle
And
My
still
Berry,
going,
Shays
and what
Line,
we
R
understand,
Brady 21.
Desmond,
Appreciate
and
all of you,
Mike
despite your
Rogers
screen
at the
names,
desk, we
for
have two people in this
subscribing to the
vehicle, right?
channel. Your passports are
Yeah,
en
that's
route.
right, Pat. And the two
That's-
people.
yep.
Oh, sorry.
We haven't had an ugly crash in a while, people, so
Now,
if you don't want to see
yes,
innocent
two
people get
in
hurt,
the
there is a
vehicle on this one,
high potential with
allegedly
all of
stolen
these
vehicle
chases that can
pursuit,
occur.
and,
I
we
would
had,
turn off the stream
at
now.
least
You have been
some
warned.
paid, maybe
There's a
just
reason
been
why
a fender bender
you have
as
to
they were
click
getting
OK
on
to get into
the,
this
northbound
lobby.
405 on this one. So we went North 405, North 5, North 14, then the first ramp at Newhall Avenue. They reversed course, came back south into the valley, then zigging and zagging around North Ridge, North Hills, Panorama City, and now we're still kind of in the Panorama City area here. But really wondering now that you notice that the spotlight came back on, and I'm wondering if LAPD is thinking that they may be getting ready for to get ready to.
They're going to re-engage. They have to. He's too reckless.
The light on. Well, now the light goes back off again. But we've been in and out of neighborhoods for a little bit now. Makes me think that they may be thinking about getting out and using their feet to evade officers. We'll wait and see what happens here in the next couple of moments.
And you know what, we've talked about this before, Desmond, when you don't see vehicles on the ground behind them, this gives the driver more
Correct.
reason to think
Unleavened
they can
bread is
bail
educating our
and get out
comment
and
section
run
here.
and possibly evade
Can't be 4
police
stars if
officers.
we're
That
not if we're in
usually
tracking
does not
mode.
work out because even
It's
though
reckless driving,
we're
which is
not
why we're 3
behind
stars
them,
and
we
not
know
2
they have
stars.
eyes in the air and
Do you
they're
guys not
probably
play
watching
GTA?
us and listening to your
Something out the
reports.
window.
So they know
Threw
where they are.
something
What
out the
is that,
window.
Mike?
Something, they're throwing stuff out the passenger side window there.
Yeah, but don't they have their lights off? Well, yeah, they do. It's very dark.
Yeah,
But
the
they can
camera
stay
work, by
in
the
this
way,
particular
is
area
making
for
it look a
a
lot
while,
brighter than it is
right?
too. So this is just a missile on the ground, on the pavement, doing 40 miles an hour.
And we're coming back out here, Osborne and Ranchito. So coming back out into, I think, the commercial area here of Panorama City. And yeah, it was pretty dark. It happened kind of quickly, but it did look like maybe they might have thrown something out the window as they were in that darkness there. So, but with no units behind them and with LAPD not even having their nights on, I'm not even sure if they saw that.
Nights on.
They
Drink.
may not even be able to guide any units into where that happened, and it happened so quickly. So at the moment, again, no ground units, not even a spotlight. And look, this person's still driving.
Yeah, this is, you have to re-engage.
Give me a break on this little street.
You have to
Even having your
re-engage.
lights on and off. It's just,
If they drive
that's
recklessly in
ridiculous.
tracking
Wrong side of
mode,
the
that
road
defeats
there,
the purpose of
as
tracking
well.
mode, which is to get them to
But,
cool off and
Osborne
calm down.
Street, where are they
Maybe
headed
get them to
now
ditch
as
the
they
car.
come
That's
back
the
out onto
only
Van Ness
positive
Boulevard
here.
for a northbound turn?
If he just
And
thinks
Mike,
he's gotten away,
at one point,
they gave
but
up, and then we're just gonna
deciding
foot bail
also
and just go
not to
run
stand
around for a
down.
little
Now
bit.
we see CHP not even behind this guy.
Yeah, so LAPD.
We got a red light coming up here,
until,
folks, and we're gonna turn into a parking
getting
lot.
on the 405
Is this Denny's?
Roscoe area, tapped a couple other cars and kept going as we kind of pull into this parking lot. This is the
Oh,
second
God.
time he's gone into a parking lot and back out. Wrong side of the
Oh,
road
God.
there. Oy.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, I mean, LAPD officially canceled.
Look how fast
it,
this was
once
going
he
on the
coming
highway, by the way.
Back down. You look on the right side of your screen there. That's when he got really close.
Tracking
to that
mode,
one car,
people, for those of you
and
just
tapped it
joining us,
there.
tracking
We also
mode
see
is
these maneuvers where he kind of blows
when the
these
police are
intersections,
not
cutting other cars
engaged
off.
in the
He's
pursuit,
wild
but they're
turns that
watching
he's
it.
made. There's a couple of those that he's done as well, and it's this kind of driving that made LAPD kind of back off of it, especially on the freeway. He was going over 100 miles an hour.
Did you guys see Denny's?
In a Honda.
Was there a Denny's?
Which, by the way, as we pointed out, is one of the most stolen vehicles out there. So, not surprising.
I could go
that this is
for
the one
Grand
being
Slam
chased.
breakfast
Now we got the
right now,
spotlight back
so
on from
bad.
LAPD.
Okay, but we still don't have any ground units behind the vehicle, right?
No, yeah, LAPD wanted to discontinue their involvement in this in the hopes that CHP would pick it up, and CHP was so close to getting it, and then he got off the freeway. And then once he gets off the freeway, if CHP
Denny's
is
all
not
day
already
over
involved,
IHOP,
they don't
all
want to get
day.
involved until it gets back on the freeway, and this person has not done that yet.
And he's staying in the North Hills, Panorama City. At first we thought, well, there's no rhyme or reason to what this guy was doing when he was on several freeways. But now that he's been on surface streets, he's remained in this area. He's not attempted to get back on the freeway. I almost thought he was slowing down there, but does make you wonder, again, even though he doesn't have units behind him, that they have an idea where this guy is.
Yeah, and Desmond had a good point earlier. We were in a neighborhood, lights were off. It looked like he was probably going to try to bail. And now lights are back on. We're kind of out of that residential neighborhood. So maybe they figured out ooh, up on the curb there.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Whoa. Ah!
He's going to get a flat tire here.
Yeah. Fishtailed there big time. He almost had a Darlington stripe with those parked cars on the side. And then he hits the curb on the left. The curb is a great way to pop your tires. The Dodge Charger has some really high-profile tires, but that means that that front left is damaged, people. I'm starting to see rubber flailing a little bit.
So
You guys see the hubcap on that thing?
But, again,
It
just
looks
driving
ajar.
This kind of car like this, I just wonder how much
Front
more,
left might be
this
damaged.
World, Accord can take. Normally,
Front left is
such an
absolutely
incredibly
damaged.
Reliable vehicle, you can get 500,000 miles out of.
It's either that or the Darlington stripe was on the tire.
But when you do, totally different story. As the lights get turned back off again, and we're just eastbound on Parthenia with just kind of the randomness continuing.
And Desmond, at one point when the driver took a turn in a neighborhood,
Now the handling
you
is
see,
getting loose.
Him throwing stuff
Through
out
the red
car.
light.
It was so fast, Mike. I look like Mike is. I got to tell you, Mike's really got an eagle eye for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And after he said it, I think I did see something really quickly, but it was so fast and in kind of under the cover of darkness there. Whatever it was, we will probably never know because there's no units behind, and LAPD did not have their spotlight on at that moment, so they may not have even been aware that that happened. The flight officer could radio down to ground units to go investigate what that was, but unless they saw that in that split second, then whatever that was is still sitting out there in the middle of the street at whatever residential intersection that was, where they might have thrown something out.
You would think, and now with speeds as low as they are now, in terms of a spike strip or a pit maneuver, that certainly would be possible. We haven't heard any reports, have we, guys, that this person could possibly be armed? So that wouldn't necessarily prevent them from doing a pit maneuver on this, driver, thinking about their own safety.
Yeah, Pat, the radio
At least the
traffic
truck
on this
and
was kind of
the
limited to
Dodge
begin
Charger
with.
in front of
I
him
don't
has,
think that LAPD really
lights
has
on.
a ton of information on the suspects or the theft of the vehicle, because when it came out, again, it was just they ran the plate came back stolen, as we're now stopping at intersections, which is the first time.
That citizen's arrest from a couple chases ago was wild.
So this was not one of those situations where it was a witness theft.
You go long enough in LA,
have a lot
there's
of
some
details
psycho
on
out there
the
will
exact
try
time
and
the car was
citizens
stolen
arrest
and
you
things like
because
that.
everyone's watching this chase in LA.
Now we see that
Now we're
stop
stuck.
there. This is the first time we've actually seen them stop.
Oh, he's got.
Getting back.
It looks like he has his fog lights on in the front, at least.
The
Almost
freeway
looked like he
almost.
he just made it.
He's got fog lights on.
And Mike, earlier, I
Not
know
the
that
beamers,
one
not
thing
the.
you
Oh,
mentioned,
bird just flew
possible
right overhead. He's going to
second
see that.
Yeah,
So he knows he
that
hasn't
was
gotten
over. That was
away.
unrelated to this. That was the sheriff's department was chasing a different stolen car on a different freeway. CHP took that one over. That one just ended on the 105. So we're back to only having this one.
Okay, we're down to one chase. This is going to be a football here, folks. Door open.
Is this going to be it? So Willis
There's
and Roscoe.
someone
Do we have
walking down
a
the
ejectocito? No.
Hey
Pedestrian.
there, we're still here, but
The other chase is over.
That's the LAPD
It's over on the 105. He's got arms out the
Out
window.
the window for a second.
He's got arms out the window. We might have ourselves a little Great Compton chase of 2016 repeat going on here.
maybe there was a buddy who lived there that he wanted to wave to. And,
Another clout
some of
chase.
these people, you hate to say it, but they just get out here and they treat this like a joyride. And then
Might have a clout chase on our hands. That looked like we were waving. People know he's on the
they feel like
news.
they can just kind of get out here
Get a little
and
street
away
cred.
with this kind of stuff. I mean, some of these we've seen
Might be
just turn
asking
into
for directions.
full-blown
That's a good-
spectacles
that's a
with
good
the
thought.
suspects, frankly, looking like they're enjoying themselves. And now it just the way that we're just kind of randomly driving around here, starting to wonder if that's the MO, just going to drag this out as long as possible. I mean, what else is the end game here? It seems like there's been a lot of opportunities to get out and run under the darkness without any ground units and with the spotlight that's been on and off, but that has not transpired, as we are still on a tiny, very poorly lit street here in Panorama City, as the suspect getting ready to go right underneath Sky Cow. So bear with us here as we offset coming back out onto Roscoe. So it's just kind of been this like big tour of little neighborhoods off of Roscoe in Panorama City that we've been watching for the last 10 minutes or so. Now, all of a sudden, coming to a stop again, and here we go.
Doors open.
Out. There.
And an ejectocito. Football and ejectocito.
Into
Now we're on the
an
run.
abandoned lot, or oh no, this is the.
We're on the
I
run.
think this is the Pacoima Wash, right here, or the Tahunga Wash. One of the two.
Getting
So
blasted with the
now
night sun.
running here.
Are they carrying something, Des?
Yeah, it looks like we might have
Man or
a
woman?
guy and a gal here. She's got a.
You guys got to
purse.
split up.
And well, if this was the plan, I mean. Well, I don't know.
Great plan here. We're just running in the middle of Pacoima.
They may have trouble getting.
And we're out of gas.
Ground units in here if they want, but no problem with the spotlight. And now all of a sudden, well, they got their arms up like they're surrendering, but
What are they
got,
doing?
some homeless encampments out here as well. So off of Brimfield and
Maybe they're trying to give up.
Streets, not far from Roscoe Boulevard, kind of the dividing line between North Hills and Northridge here, with what I believe is the Pacoima Wash.
If I see a
that
fur missile come
physically
running down this
separates them.
road, I'm gonna lose my shit. Now we're picking up speed big time. They might have cops down the alley. He's ditching. This person's ditching his wingman. See you later. Everyone for themselves.
To the helicopter.
I got your back. No, I don't. I'm out of here. See ya.
We don't know if we have
Whoever
any
that person is in
officers
back is out of gas.
Any officers on the ground close to these suspects?
Yeah, no, I'm sure the
Ditched
flight
her.
officer is now trying to guide officers into both sides of the next intersection.
This
here
is
of the
one of the
wall,
worst
which should be
ideas
what we're running into
I think I've
here
ever seen.
momentarily.
Ditching the car to go
Meanwhile,
foot
he's
bail.
really
Down
kind
a
of,
street, you have no
left
clue,
his,
with no
female
options.
companion behind at this point.
How
Looks
long
like
is this
as
alley,
She was
by the
sticking
way?
around. She had that purse on her shoulder, and
He ditched her.
Is continuing to jog down the
Love
wash
is
here.
dead.
You know
Not
what?
making an attempt to get into anyone's yard or anything like that, but now we're coming up to a pedestrian bridge, it looks
Uh-oh.
like, here off of Chase and Saloma that goes over the wash. And let's see what they do next.
That
as
was
they
my
are behind
question.
this
Where,
tree.
where?
No, not the pursuit
what's-
tree.
Yeah, what's in the
Okay, there he
immediate
is.
vicinity? Are they hiding under that tree?
That the same guy? One
believe
second here.
so.
This,
That is.
That
I don't.
It looks like, and he has a blue
Yeah.
coat on. The other guy seemed like he was wearing all black. And
Don't tell me we lost him.
female just kind of fell back.
I mean, unless he did some kind of
Change?
quick change there under
What?
the tree.
Is he
I mean,
Houdini?
he may have. This jacket might have been on underneath the sweater. I don't know, but well, now
Yeah, I don't
LAPD might have been fooled on this.
I don't think that was the right guy.
Pursuit tree!
That backpack came
Yeah.
out of nowhere. The other guy didn't have a backpack. But I did notice in his under the bridge there.
Ah, he's right there.
Yep.
There he is. Yep.
Oh, that isn't
That's a
personal.
sliding spot.
Oh, he
I did
almost got
notice
away.
He had a shirt in his hand that he was carrying on the right shirt.
It looked
He
like
almost
somebody
pulled it
was
off.
carrying something.
Yeah, and I went back and played back.
He almost pulled it off.
Throwing stuff out of the car. And it was
Smart
clothes they were
move.
Throwing out of the car. So I
But
don't
is
know.
that he is under the bridge?
He's crouched underneath the bridge right there.
Yep.
They almost
Oh,
sent.
there he is.
They almost went after the
Well,
guy on the
if we can see
street.
him.
Yeah.
They sent the fur missiles. Remember that one time on the liquor store?
Any idea?
Oh, now he knows he's being spotted.
Because she sort of just disappeared.
Who is this guy? He's teleporting.
We'll lose track of this guy. We'll lose track of the person that.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what LAPD did too. I mean, they.
Ah, here he is. He's running south.
So LAPD had to only follow one of them. She stayed behind, and he went ahead, and the airship followed him because he's the driver, and that's who they're most interested
Oh
in.
my god, this is the longest foot pursuit ever. Where's the girl? Where's the other
Oh,
person?
I didn't know. Yeah.
Right.
And so they're LAPD.
Is he going back to her?
interested in the driver.
Yeah.
Or to say, I told them to stop, and they wouldn't
Yeah.
do it.
Is he imagine he goes back to the
At one
car.
point when we
He might be going back to the car.
I think that was the woman who was kind of stopping.
He's like, I gotta get my ass back to the car.
We see this.
The car's within reach.
Just take off, and he's still.
This is what happens when you go into tracking mode. You don't have ground units to
Younger
foot.
guy there.
Oh,
see,
oh
this is
no,
what we
no,
did.
we're not climbing a fence, are we? There could be a dog over there.
And,
You know what,
you
Desmond?
better hope there's no dog.
Oh, is there a dog?
So this
A big
is
dog.
this
Beware
is
of
also
dog.
a residential area, then,
Oh.
right? Because I was wondering what was on the other side.
That
of the
pursuit
block.
tree's in the way.
You can see that there are.
Elise.
I think he's crouched.
He's
apartment
right there.
buildings.
Move the.
Gosh.
Oh my
Yeah, he might
god.
have actually
Move the
ditched
night sun to the left.
something, unless he's. Yeah. Okay. No, I guess he left whatever that is. I mean, they seem to think he's in this yard now.
Oh my god.
Off of Brickfield and Community Street. So just widen out here and see. Do we have any kind of LAPD response?
There's
on this?
nobody.
It's really
There's nobody there.
At this point, to still not have any units moving in anywhere to either side of the wash.
He could pop
now
out on the
in
other
this
side now.
neighborhood to try to corral this person after they were so winded. I mean, they nearly got away with that other person there. They had pulled the airship momentarily, and now they are under darkness again, and looks like maybe some citrus trees or something in this person's yard. They've got an awning, so this is pretty tough. I just not sure how we don't have
Those
any.
damn pursuit trees.
Is he hiding right there? It's
Kind of up
almost
against
looks
the
like
fence a
you
little
keep seeing
bit.
like a little figure there. It's just so.
And is
dark
that
out
a is that
here.
a house or
Yeah.
apartment
I
building?
think that's
It's a
him.
house.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, he's right there. Yeah,
I see him moving
he
around.
was really right up against the fence there. There he is. Again, I thought, oh man, it's a really tough one here with this darkness. But it looked like the spotlight had him for a second, and then I think they just need to get the spotlight right back on the center of the screen here, and they should be able to see him up against the fence.
And it's interesting, as you say, they have the spotlight on them, but we still don't see anybody.
No, and
on the ground.
I'm listening to it. The airship is really like, come on, guys, trying to direct them in. They want a perimeter to get set up for all of this. And these
Is he
are
just
the
standing against the
downfalls
fence, trying to blend in plain sight?
He's running again.
He's running.
Yeah, these are the downfalls of going into tracking mode and not having these units behind them.
Where
This
is
guy
he?
has been now running around for, I'll go back and time it, but for a good chunk of time now, and we have not seen a single police car yet.
So Desmond, you said you saw him running again. Is that right? Do we have?
I could have sworn I did, but without the assistance of the light here, I could have sworn I saw a figure slip away going northbound right here. And LAPD does not seem to be privy to that.
There he is, right there.
No,
Oh, is that a
no, I
different
think
guy
that's
again?
Is that him, Mike? You can't say it's him.
Somebody wondering what.
That's him right there. Get him.
Above here.
That's just a person.
Got a couple of people out there. I mean, the helicopter is low and definitely loud in their neighborhood. Now
They're probably watching the news.
No, I thought that was a LAPD cruiser, but it's not. So there are still. This is if LAPD just doesn't care about this or what, I don't know. This is kind of unprecedented to see a suspect out here running around for this long with the helicopter trying to guide units in, and there just doesn't seem to be any sense of urgency to get this person. And they've been running all over the place. They're winded. They've been spotted several times. It's kind of looking like this suspect's going to get away at this point.
Oh my God! No way.
Fence, did it seem like
No
he
way.
left that backpack beside the fence?
It did seem like, I thought I did see a backpack that was sitting there. I don't remember seeing him wearing a backpack, but I did see right where it looked like he wanted to climb the fence, like he left something behind.
Right.
And but then as they took the spotlight off, I saw him running back towards the south here along the wash, and it's just so dark out here now at this point. It's really looking like, oh, who's this? No, this is just quite a few people out here walking around.
People just walk the wash at night in the valley. Is that what you valley people do? What's that light?
So
Is that some-
Who's that?
Someone with a
This is- yeah, this is
flashlight,
a
or
tough
what
one.
is that?
Is this a citizen's arrest?
just somebody out for a bike ride, it looks like, and we've had some other pedestrians that were out here that had confused LAPD as well. But the longer this goes on with just the helicopter, with all this darkness, this kind of tree cover, every minute that goes by,
There's your first
the
unit right there,
odds
Des, on the corner.
of this. Okay, yeah. So finally
I think
here,
another
but
one in front of the street. too.
Okay, we have a ground unit.
I think they're on the wrong side here. I mean, they needed to come up here to the pedestrian bridge and actually.
If he's
come out
not
and
hiding,
down
he's
on the
gone,
walls.
man.
We do have some flashlights over here. This might be some officers. Let's see here. Yes, indeed
Yeah,
it is.
that's
Okay, so
high-powered
they're finally
flashlight.
out here now at this point, but it might be too late.
You know what? You wonder, and certainly don't want you to take your eye off what you're looking at there, Des, but if they found the woman, if they stopped her or the person that was with him, and maybe she gave up some information, at least we know that the car has been stopped, but whoever that car belongs to is going to have some damage because we know that it made contact with one or more vehicles.
Okay, that's a
I'm
group
not
of
sure if
something.
are we looking at movement here? Right in the middle of the screen?
These look, yeah. I think these are just residents
Okay.
of this house that were out here, wondering why why there was a helicopter kind of barreling down in their neighborhood so low. Is my guess. So they just wanted to see what all the commotion is about. But they've had the spotlight focused here for a long time. Even though I thought I saw a figure moving, it might have been a shadow. The way that the helicopter's movement is, with the spotlight moving against the trees, can kind of play tricks on your eyes. So it's possible that they're in that yard. I thought I would have bet that I saw them dart away back to the south towards that pedestrian bridge, but it doesn't seem like there are any eyes on this suspect, although they've really been trained on this yard now for a while.
Des, really quick, sorry, I just want to interrupt. They are taking one into custody.
Oh.
I'm working on seeing if I can hear a street where that's happening, but it sounds like they have located at least
Probably the one
I
that
don't
was
know if
left
that's
in the dust.
female passenger or the driver, but it sounds like officers are making contact with one person at least.
And Mike, do we have any?
Yeah, Mike.
Go ahead. I was
Go
about
ahead,
to ask Mike about the circumstances from the beginning of this pursuit, because at one point this guy was driving very aggressively.
Yeah, over 100 miles an hour, and we don't know the details of the theft of the vehicle other than it was stolen, and those LAPD officers ran that license plate and figured that out, and then they tried to stop it and it didn't stop. But as for when or how or was force used or anything like that, we don't have that information right now.
So the person that they do have in custody, questioning if, possibly find out where that other person could be.
Yeah, and
They
I
know
would have
anybody in that area?
Yeah, I would have to guess by the way that the light is still fixated where we saw the driver, that the
Mm-hmm.
person they have in custody is probably the female
woman.
passenger, which again is not really the person they want. Of course, they're going to sit and talk to her, but the person they're more interested in is the driver because he was the one driving the stolen vehicle.
And is the spotlight in the same area, Desmond? Are they focused on that home there or that particular yard? I mean, possibly they could bring in a canine unit if they wanted to, couldn't they?
Dog.
Yeah, they definitely could. They have really been focused on these two homes right here, and at first it looked like he wanted to hop the fence, and then he was just kind of up against the fence. And frankly, it was pretty effective the way that he was hiding, almost like Mission Impossible style, up against the wall, and with the trees, the spotlight was just barely missing him, and then. They seem to think that he jumped into this yard. Well, I thought that I saw him move to the south before any ground units got here. So it's really kind of anyone's guess at this point. Canines could definitely be an option if they're able to pick up a
Their
scent. If they
vision
drop
is based on
some clothing
movement.
or something like that, that could
Like
definitely
T-Rex.
aid them in trying to find this person. But it was just such a
Base
long
Jason
response
says
this person had,
they need to start equipping
amazingly
fur
long
missiles
lead
with
time
parachutes and
to,
launching
get
them
away
from the
the authorities.
helicopter.
And Des, really quick, Chase
Put some
and
goggles
Sam
on him,
is
too,
where we
like
hear
skydiving goggles.
The person, the female. Okay, yeah, we're hearing right now. The woman is the one that's in custody. Apparently, Roscoe in the Wash now is where they were able to locate her.
Okay, so
where-
one in
those are
custody.
the
It's the
female
female
here,
passenger.
Well, that makes
That
sense.
should
There's
be
some of
right,
the units.
right back in here. Yeah. So let's see if they have her.
Yep, right against the hood.
Yeah, I think that is. Yeah,
Okay.
There we go. So there's
In
the female.
custody.
But apparently, she's
we
telling
got
officers
her
that she
now.
was the driver.
Oh, really?
I'll have to
Oh, really?
play that back and see
Yeah,
if
we're
that's
all
the
really,
case.
well,
She's taking the fall for him too. She's saying I was the driver.
You know, she's trying to be the fall guy or fall
True
guy.
love is not
And,
dead. Sacrificing herself.
Go back and
No,
check the
yeah.
tape. It was tough to get a look at the driver.
He was definitely
with
the driver. I
with
just
the
played
tip
it back.
window.
She's taking the
As soon
fall
as-
for
as
him.
They parked and got out of the car. He got out of the driver's seat.
Okay.
She got out of the passenger
as long as
seat.
she doesn't want to snitch.
Yeah,
But
right.
regardless, they have the area. You wonder if he doesn't know someone and he's not inside. Desmond, we didn't see him going in a home, right? We just saw him crouching and trying to get away that way. If he doesn't know anybody, I mean, he's possibly still in this neighborhood in a yard somewhere up against a fence, as opposed to someone saying, hey, yeah, come on in. You know what I mean? Someone hiding him actually
Yeah,
inside.
And they may have him under, infrared or something
Mm-hmm.
like that. As cold, as chilly as it's getting.
You never know how these chases end up, people. He could pop out of that bush and just start running.
And giving off a lot of body
And
heat.
then we're
I
back
think they
on.
do
He can
have
run
them
towards the car
underneath
and
that
restart the
spotlight,
chase.
with
We
that
are not code 4.
that
And
talk
until
yet,
those
but
4s go in the
they seem
air,
very content to just
game
be
is on.
Right around these couple of houses right here.
Yeah, put your 2s in the
trying to
chat.
find, the guy that was
Halfway
wearing the white hoodie that
Let's see.
evaded the spotlight.
Oh, they're
several
freeze
times.
framing him.
And you see the video right there.
Before there was, yeah.
Yeah, certainly the guy was driving, Mike, and it seems like it was the woman when the police spotlight got over them as they were running through that alley who kind of lifted her hands up maybe. It
Yeah.
seems like that was the
Every
woman.
single person in
Yeah,
this neighborhood
yeah.
is not sleeping
that
right
was
now.
the
Those
one that was
helicopters
involved
are
in this, and again,
so
yeah, the mail
loud.
driver.
When they
Okay,
buzz
we'll
my
keep an eye on
apartment,
this.
the whole thing
Folks, we'll
shakes.
Get back to you when we have more information or when the suspect is caught. But right now, we're going
No.
to move on to other news. Thanks so
Don't-
much, Des.
Don't.
A major
We don't
bust
do
tonight to talk
other
about
news
Stone.
here. Let's see if any of these other networks are still there. The answer is yes, as a matter of fact. The answer is NBC. Stand by. Stand by. Okay. What's going on? Oh.
LAPD, as you can see, has not completely blocked off this or cordoned off this area. We haven't seen it, but we heard that the female passenger that was in the vehicle may have made contact with the LAPD. Okay, we're listening. Okay, they may have taken her into custody. That's what we're hearing. We did not see that ourselves, and we can't confirm that it was actually the person that
You're
was
late, NBC.
in
This
the
is,
vehicle
look
that was
what
taken into
NBC
custody,
is
but,
like
we
without
hear from
Eliana.
The LAPD traffic.
What a
radio
shit show.
traffic
It's the
that they
Detroit
are-
Pistons. Old
They have
news.
taken her into custody. Okay, the LAPD helicopter overhead is setting up the perimeter for the officers here. They said they look pretty good. They want to get one more car over here before they make a move on this backyard.
They're moving in.
There's a really good shot right behind that night sun there. Again, because the light source is moving, everything in the backyard seems to be moving simultaneously.
This chase is making me hungry. I need food. I'll be right back.
Is that down the... Okay, we're getting conflicting reports. Okay. We've got a ground unit that seems to, they think that they've spotted him.
Huh? They think they might have him? Popcorn.
Yeah. Yeah, we're getting conflicting reports that they may have been seen over here up on Parthenia.
What?
On Parthenia underneath the trees.
Huh?
Yeah.
Send. We're Skip.
Hard.
How do you know it's him, though? It could just be a person living under there. And then you send the dogs on him? Chummy Macaroni says, send all missiles now. What is this, Top Gun? Just send the missiles. Unleash him. I'm thinking, what's her name in Austin Powers? Fran or something? Who says fire the laser. Fire the missiles! No, The Rock. You're thinking of,
Yeah.
I got green smoke, I got green smoke.
I don't believe this either.
Pull up, pull up. Frau.
Yeah.
Oh, are they moving in?
Around in the wash, searching the area just in case he got back over the fence. Is there another pursuit going on someplace elsewhere?
That pursuit is over. NBC. That was over like 30 minutes ago. Yes. Cracked pepper and olive oil.
Yeah. Okay, they're getting conflicting reports about it being back in the washer, and it seems very difficult to believe that due to the fact that both we and the LAPD helicopter overhead, we're keeping an eye on that watch as well. Until they clear that backyard, we're just not going to know. Again, that's in the 8500 block of Brimfield in the Panorama City area of the San Fernando Valley. Darwin. What ship was he on? The Beagle. Okay. Still looking for this person here. No heat source in the backyard that they can find.
Well, they use the infrared.
That's
No heat source in the backyard.
disheartening.
He's not back there.
The LAPD's FLIR, their forward-looking infrared camera, which is much more sophisticated than the infrared feature that we have on this aircraft, did a scan of the backyard, and they did not come up with any heat source.
Uh-oh. Be gone.
He may have gone to some place where he could shield himself from the camera.
Maybe he
which,
covered himself in dirt like Rambo to avoid, or Schwarzenegger to avoid Predator.
Okay.
Could he be in that tent?
They're setting up a command post now to try and find this guy.
Oh, good. Now you're setting up
That's
command post.
back on Chase. That is up near where we saw him hiding underneath that pedestrian bridge. So they're setting up a command post over there. Usually they set that up rather a good distance from where the action is, so to speak, and the action is right here in this backyard, as far as we know. All right. Still trying to scan the backyard of this home, the 8400 block of Brimfield. This is where that driver of that stolen vehicle was last seen jumping over the fence. The LAPD helicopter had diligently orbited this area, keeping that night sun on it. And it seems difficult to believe that between ourselves and the LAPD helicopter that he got away from this area. So the best bet is that he's still in this backyard. The LAPD up in the upper left corner of this screen.
You did the
there, which is
infrared
in front of the
scan, though.
house, they have yet to make a move on the backyard of this home. And they're strengthening their perimeter around this area. And then gathering as many officers as they can to do some sort of entry, we do believe.
Well, they had the light on the...
Okay. The LAPD is now getting more information.
Which is?
Okay, and we're monitoring the LAPD helicopter scanner. Okay, they're getting new intelligence that perhaps the suspect lives at this home, and he successfully made his way home.
What?
But instead of going in through the front door, through the front yard, he has made his way into the home from the wash side of the house.
What? How? That's got to be Cap. A stolen car pursuit. He was driving around aimlessly forever. But remember, his girlfriend, or the female passenger, is already arrested. Might have give up that information. Or maybe she's sharp as hell, and she's telling him he's probably in the house. He lives there.
Get fired for that.
so that the cops set up a command post and let him get away. These could be professionals. He lives there. He probably went inside. And if they believe it, they set up the command post. They break into this house. He's not there. Some random ass family. And then he's at a 2-hour head start in getting away. It's a diversion. Maybe. Maybe he does live there. You figured they'd confirm it with the person they arrested already, but she's already lied and said that she was driving the car, right?
News Chopper report to desk. Yeah, go ahead. This is a news chopper, go ahead.
Hold you to that, unlevine bread. 25 subs if he actually lives there.
I don't know if you heard the last on this one. They seem to think that the suspect actually lives in this location, so he may have successfully made his way home. If that's the case, they're probably just going to, at some point, do a door knock.
Man, that helicopter's so low. Except for the power lines.
Okay. That is it then, huh?
What's it? Man, I gotta start doing my WAP investigation. Can we get a resolution here?
Yeah.
His News Chopper 4 is just streaming this helicopter making circles. Is he bored? It wasn't Oscar's first points tonight, guys. It's the first points that counted in a record book.
This is a chopper, go ahead. Will do, will do. All right, we're trying to get as much information as possibly can, but it looks as though the suspect may have jumped over the fence of his own home. LAPD officers are now at the fence there. They are looking at that. They're looking at some garments that were left on the ground there. So they believe that it is in this. The suspect is in his own home. This home right here in the 8400 block of Brimfield. They're going to do a door knock when they're good and ready to do that. But until then, we're going to sign off right now. I want to thank you for watching this live feed on NBC's many viewing platforms. So again, from Panorama City, this is Derek Bell in News Chopper 4 now. Back to you, back to the studio. And there's going to be more information at the top of the 11 o'clock, which is coming up in 23 minutes.
Wow. I think they're going to kill the stream. The only other chopper that's up there is ABC. We'll stay with it as long as we can, but I think we're about to lose it. I think this guy's going to get away until we get more news about if he went in this house or not. There's the infrared. That was the infrared lens. There's his bag. Ah! Oh! How do you kill the stream and show the bag like that? No way.
If you're still
No way.
And the spirit, the kid.
ABC is in the boat parade. Wow. That guy's gone. Just disappeared. Either in the house or gone. People ask all the time. Do they get away? The answer is yes. For now, they have until we get some more. I'll have some more updates hopefully by tomorrow, knowing if they ended up knocking on the door and arresting this person. Check Fox 11. Fox 11 is not over it. You people just lie. Unless, is it on YouTube? Yep, it is in fact still on YouTube. But it is not long for, there's no commentary. There's no audio. So I don't know what's going on. ABC7's YouTube stream is down. We have a Woj tweet about the Bucks ball. To recap, it appears there was confusion when Bucks were aggressively pursuing what they initially believed was the game-used ball tonight in Milwaukee. A Bucks official actually grabbed the game ball from Giannis Antetokounmpo's video and eyewitness accounts. Yeah, and there's no news there. There's no update. There's no way Woj is tweeting about this. Are you serious, Woj? I can't believe Woj got in the mud over this. There's nothing. I've already tweeted about all this stuff. There's no news here. It's just, I mean, when all of his competition is tweeting about it, he has to get something up too. That's kind of the way it works. All right. I think this is over, folks. Yeah, there's no way. They're setting up a command post before they go to the door. Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream so that people can watch the VOD, watch it back from the beginning. We don't even have commentary or updates on a scanner. I'd have to load a scanner. So I'm gonna sign off. You got cops waiting all around the perimeter here. Follow the account, turn on your notifications so that you don't miss a future chase. Got merchandise, birdsintheair.com, top left link in the top left corner of your screen. Pursuit Trees will be back up after the holiday. Thank you for buying all of our merchandise. Sold so many of those damn sweaters that we can't get them out in time for Christmas anymore. But until next time, my friends, GG's in the chat, no code 4s. I will see you on the timeline. Fox 11 Los Angeles YouTube if you, for some reason, want to watch a audio-less stream. Oh, did they just kill it? Oh, no.
It's 11.
Nope.
So right now, we're focused on this.
Oh, my God.
Is the foot bail that happened.
Oh, they just went
You
to the
see
news.
A girlfriend and a boyfriend, we believe, start running down this alleyway. Eventually, police get the girlfriend in custody. Up. We think she is talking to them. We also think that the house that they're focused on
Why is it choppy?
is that guy's house. At least they think it may be. At some point, he was able to climb over the fence. We think he's in the backyard of his own house, may have gotten into that house. There's a lot of focus there. Could be a barricade situation. Unclear if anybody else is inside. We'll continue to update this as we get more information. Meantime, the big story of the morning,
All right.
demonstrators linking arms in front.
Now it's over, people. Now it's over. Now there's no more stream. All right. Till next time.